Hey everybody, Joe Joseph here for thedailysheeple.com, and this is your news shot going to the Independent over in the UK. More pushback against the war on drugs. Of course, you see the propaganda, epidemic everywhere, when really it's not an epidemic at all. You know, 22 veterans here in the United States commit suicide each day. That's epidemic. Okay? Thousands of people overdosing of their own free will is not an epidemic. And when you look at the numbers, of course, it's not as black and white. 75% of those overdoses are because they're mixing things with it, and there's just not enough education. They're also not allowing the antidote, Narcan, to be readily distributed out to the streets, out to people that get prescribed prescription pain medication. So it's no doubt or no surprise to me when an ex-cop who posed as an undercover heroin addict wants drugs decriminalized. And you can check this interview out. I'll put the link in the description box below. But Neil Woods is his name, and he infiltrated some of the most violent drug gangs in the UK. And now he's committed to ending the war on drugs that he actually fought in for over a decade. Listen to this. For 14 years, Neil Woods risked his life as a drug squad police officer posing undercover as a heroin and crack addict. As among the first of his kind in the UK, he helped establish tactics and training to infiltrate the most notorious and violent drug gangs across the country. And in over a decade, he had completed operations in areas including Derby, Nottingham, Leeds, and Brighton. But despite his efforts, he gradually realized his work was only making the situation worse. Criminals were becoming more brutal as they wised up to police strategies. Drug-related deaths were climbing, and drugs were becoming stronger and more readily available. To Woods, the war on drugs has failed. Determined to undo the damage he'd done as an officer, which has caused him to suffer PTSD, he launched Law Enforcement Against Prohibition, or LEAP, in the UK. So this is great because we have LEAP here in the US, and now LEAP has started up in the UK. It goes on to say, founded in the U.S., the organization brings together former members of the criminal justice system, including ex-MI5 staff and the authorities in Afghanistan who have seen how the black market funds terrorism. So you got to check out this article because this guy gets it, as do many law enforcement officers get it out there that belong to LEAP, Law Enforcement Against Prohibition. Check it out. I'm going to get one of them on the on the air for an interview so that I can share some of the expertise and some of the experiences from these law enforcement officers and undercover agents that have spent time doing this stuff only to find out that their efforts are for naught. As a matter of fact, they're very counterproductive. As a matter of fact, you will never stop where there's a will, there's a way. That's the number one thing I think we have to get through our thick skulls as human beings. You can't force people to do what they don't want to do. And you can't take away things from people when they want it, because they'll find it. Wherever there's a will, there's a way. It kind of reminds me of the old, when I was in college, you know. There was a thing that, you know, if you dry out banana peels in the oven and you smoke them, you'll get high. I don't even know if that's true, but I know I heard it because people want to get high. Why not? And so, hey, if that's what you want to do, knock yourself out. They can't get no smoke, no crack, no cocaine, no heroin. Hey, I got a great idea. Let's take some banana peels. Let's take some banana peels and put them in the oven and smoke them. Yeah, that'll do it. I mean, come on. That's the length that people will go to do it. Oh, let's go to the supermarket and buy a case of Ready Whip. Where there's a will, there's a way. And there's an old adage out there that one of the YouTubers I like to watch oftentimes says, when everything's illegal, nothing's illegal. One of the guys on YouTube, Nuttin' Fancy. Check him out. I'm Joe Joseph. This was thedailysheeple.com's News Shot. Feel free to comment below and visit our website at thedailysheeple.com. Have a great day, everybody.